was it?
That was pretty intense, very realistic. 360-degree view, and you can look top, bottom, and left and right. And it doesn't make you dizzy like previous VR machines that they had.
Oh, yeah, and you're in space in this one, right?
You are. You're very much in space.
I think this is the one I played as well, and it felt all of a sudden like I was just departed from this world. How immersed did you feel?
Very immersed. So it took me a little getting used to, so I had to go through a couple kills, but after that, you very much feel immersed, and you've got the nice headset on, and that complements well with the VR technology.
Yeah, we were talking a lot about how this is a little bit, it's lighter and a little more accessible. How did the experience feel with having the equipment on your head?
It's really seamless. So when it's balanced right, you don't really feel it. And the only reason I felt any of it was because it was intense. But as far as the equipment, you don't feel like it's there.
We saw you holding a controller, so were you flying your ship with that?
Yes, and that was actually used for the trigger, to shoot things.
Okay, and so then the movement of your head was looking around?
It was, and it would actually tilt you towards that direction too. And then you would accelerate with the controller and the joystick.
Cool. So if you're giving a word to other gamers on Twitch, what kind of gamers will like this type of experience, you think?
I think really everybody should try it before they say that it's not for them, because I was one of those people that said nobody's going to sit around their living rooms with these things on anymore. Everybody wants the big screen and the big surround sound and stuff like that, but you can really personalize it this way and not disrupt the rest of your folks you live with.
Cool. So you're giving it a thumbs up?
I would.
Okay, great.
I'll give it a thumbs up. Hopefully it's affordable and more people can try it.
All right, I'm here with Alex and Richard. You guys have just come to stand in line here. What drew you to the Samsung Galaxy booth right here?
Honestly, I was just more interested in the VR stuff.
And what about you? What drew you here?
It's pretty much the same thing, just the VR thing that they have for the phone, so I wanted to see how that works. And
you actually have found yourselves in line here for a competition where you're going to be playing Asphalt 8, I believe. Did you guys mean to be in line for the competition? Do you think you've got the skills?
I think so. I mean, I like racing games, so hopefully I can be the first place when I play, so.
What about you?
Why not?
Well, there are prizes on the line. Did you guys know that?
I had no clue, so I was just in line, wanted to try it out, then if I win something, great, that would be cool.
Awesome. All right, well, what's your strategy then? How are you going to beat the competition with your racing skills?
Don't hit the walls.
That's usually a really good strategy for racing games. Well, I wish you the best of luck. Have a lot of fun here at the Samsung booth and a great E3. I'm here with Francisco. Francisco, what did you just do?
It's a little mobile game that you're just trying to be the fastest time. The winner gets a pair of headphones, and the overall winner is going to win a Galaxy S6 Edge.
Awesome. And how did you do in the competition?
I got second place.
Oh, wow. That's really good. What was your strat? How did you manage to do that?
It was a racing game, so stay out of the dirt. Yeah.
That's usually a great strategy. And what did you walk away with? Is that a little swag there?
Yeah, this is actually a phone stand, an Avengers Age of Ultron phone stand, and a coupon code for the game I just played.
Do you get to play again? Are you going to come back and try again?
Yeah, I'll probably come back tomorrow.
Awesome. Well, best of luck.
Thank you.
I'm here with Rami. Rami, what were you just doing?
I was checking out the Samsung right here. They have an app that basically it records whatever you're playing, and it also takes a recording of yourself. So kind of like Twitch, but it does a recording of the video of whatever you're playing, and then you can download the video onto your phone, your Samsung phone, and then you can either save it or you could upload it to like YouTube and stuff like that. So if you're a reviewer, I guess it would be really good for that kind of thing.
Cool. And I see you got some swag.
Yeah, for downloading it and testing it out, they gave us this free little on-the-go charger. So you can charge this up, and then whenever you're running low on battery, you can plug in your phone and you're good to go.
Oh, very cool. Well, I hope that you will have fun gaming in the future and your phone will stay charged throughout E3. That is a really good benefit to have here.
Definitely, definitely. Especially like the reception in there is kind of horrible, so your battery kind of dies fast. So yeah, it's good for that kind of stuff.
All right, well, have fun. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's been really fun being back here at the Samsung booth and, of course, checking out VR and all the other cool offerings they've got. But behind me is a competition, and as somebody who comes from an esports background, I'm always really excited about competition in games. They're playing Asphalt 8, and they're going to have a winner really soon, so we're going to keep checking back and find out who the winner is going to be today. Hey, my friend, can I grab you one more time? Because I just saw, Brian, that you won a Moleskine notebook. Because did you win your round here?
Yeah, I did.
What was your time?
My time was 1:33.
That's pretty impressive.
It's pretty good. I was trying to get the 127, but
So there's a prevailing high score that you have yet to beat.
yeah, there is. So
Well, but you did win a prize here. What have you got? Will you show the camera?
It looks like it's a moleskin notebook.
Those are snazzy.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on winning your round, and maybe we'll see you back to try to beat that score again.
I'll probably be back to try it. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm here with Nick. And Nick, what was your job today?
Today, I had the proud job of being the host here at the Samsung Galaxy HD Gaming Zone, where we produced some serious winners and handed out some serious hardware.
Yeah, you were here moderating and announcing the contest as people duked it out with the Asphalt 8 game, right?
That's it. Hopefully motivating them as well, because there were some serious prizes at stake. I mean, we had to find a new home for these Samsung level-on wireless headphones, as well as one winner, although we're duking it out with our neighbors across town, the other side of LA, for the potential to win the Samsung Galaxy S6.
And your winner today, who was it and what was their time?
Alex Mohammed currently holds the leaderboard, 1 minute 27 seconds.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
You had some close calls. I heard like a 1 minute 29 seconds as well, that right there at the end.
It was very close, and the beauty was there was different rounds. There's 4 competitors in each round. If you win your round, then you got an Avengers moleskin. So it was very competitive, and some of the rounds, 136 was enough to win the moleskin. Other times, 130 was not. So it created a little bit of controversy and excitement, and definitely built up to the excitement of the winner.
And you said Alex, the winner of the day. What did he win?
He won the Samsung level-on wireless headphones like these. I might have to give him these, probably, my luck. But he also won, if his score holds true, the Samsung Galaxy S6.
Awesome. And people can come compete throughout the rest of the E3 event, right?
Yeah, we're going to be competing on all of our amazing HD games throughout the E3 experience, and it's all happening right here at the entrance, the lobby, the Samsung Galaxy HD Gaming Studio.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nick. And guys, if you think, oh, is this our winner? Awesome. Come on in. All right. Alex, you had the time 1 minute and 27 seconds in this?
That was me.
Nick, tell him what he won.
As of right now, you are the new proud owner of these, the Samsung level-on wireless headphones. Now, if your score holds true, because you were battling with our crosstown rivals over at the Samsung Galaxy Studio, currently your score is in the lead. They have a few more minutes to wrap up their competition. If your score beats them, you're also, in addition, going to be going home with your very own Samsung Galaxy S6.
What do you think of that, Alex?
I think that's really exciting. I really hope that my score still stays on top.
Yeah, well, if it doesn't, will you come back and try to beat it again? You think you can do even better?
I think I can definitely do better and beat whoever's tried to beat my score.
Confidence from the winner. Well, guys, if you think you've got what it takes as well, don't forget you can compete as well. You have 2 more days left of E3, a little bit more time as of the airing of this, so I hope you come compete, and I'll see you around E3.
Share your nachos? Sharing. Since you were a kid, it's been share this, share that. Share your toys, share the bathroom, share the road, share your feelings, share selfies, share baby pictures, so many baby pictures. Share, overshare. When does the sharing stop?
How about with the grilled stuffed nacho from Taco Bell? The first nachos designed not to be shared. It's everything you love about nachos wrapped up and ready to go for $1.49.
Oh, and don't share this ad.
Make the ground shake. jungle, far as you could see, there lives a thing that should be left be. And he gonna give you what you do not want. Yeah, he gonna give you no reason to flaunt. Oh, the king of the jungle is not Tarzan. So you get on your ship, you sail across the sea. You can see 1,000 things, babe, but some should be left be. 'Cause he gonna give you just what you don't need. He gonna smother your madness. He gonna smother your greed. Oh, the king of the jungle is not Shere Khan.
Welcome back to E3 2015, powered by Twitch. Thank you so very much for joining us.
Hello, friend of E3. We are F Society, and we are watching. We see every dirty dollar, every illegal transfer. The time for action is here. Every account overflowing with blood money from corporations will be ours. We will own those who have owned us. Join the revolution. Grab this code and get back what is rightfully yours.
No, I'm supposed to be doing these segments. I can't hear anything. It's bullshit. But hello. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you very much for sticking around. I'm having some tech issues here today. Not sure what's happening, but we're just going to plow right on through. I, of course, am still Man from Man vs. Game. I am joined by Nadia and Artem of Whalebox Studio and Jeremy down on the end from Encore Software. And we are here to talk about Goliath.
Yeah.
Goliath. We just watched the trailer. Can you tell me a little bit about the game?
Sure.
Yeah, so Goliath is an open world action adventure RPG with a lot of survival elements. So the game has got a lot of crafting in it where you kind of go around and you gather your resources, but we're not going to make you, build food or create food or build tools. We're going to let you build giant robots. Because you are in this world filled with giant creatures, giant monsters. So what we want you to do is to build giant robots so you can punch those creatures in the face.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. If I'm going to gather resources, at least let me build a robot to punch other creatures in the face.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it sounds incredible. So we're looking at some game footage right here. Can tell me a little bit about what's going on?
Yeah, it's our game. It's about a guy who just finds himself in this strange world, and he's traveling across different worlds, which are consistent from the remains of different civilizations, most of them abandoned or like dead. And he has to protect himself somehow. That's why he is there. He's building huge robots, and actually you can see that he is facing some NPCs, some different creatures from these different worlds, and there are different factions. He can help some of them, and he can fight against some of other factions.
So there's actually adventure components and RPG components, because most of the crafting games and survival games doesn't have any storyline, and I always miss them actually in this game, because sandbox is great, but sometimes you just want to something interesting and solid points of interest and characters and maybe dialogues if there is no much text. So we added into the game, and it's has a quite interesting result, because now we have factions, different characters, and we have a big war between these factions. You can choose a side, so it's like a House of Cards. We're just trying to add one quest, and now we're in the middle of war between factions. Hundreds of quests, and we need to make it.
Well, and I totally agree with like you said, it's great to have like great mechanics in a game, or it's great to have like the open world sandbox where you can do anything you want, but it's even better when those kinds of things have meaning behind them, and you get familiar with a character, and there's like a story.
And we already have a lot of great sandbox games. So we trying to do something different.
We wanted one with decent storyline, with decent narrative and character development and all that interesting stuff.
Because we love these games.
That's very cool. And so, like, can we tell me, like, this creature or this character right now, is that one of the sort of like Goliaths that they built?
It's we can see one of the Goliaths. It's a stone one of the basic stone Goliath. You can create them from different materials and create different types of robots. It's wooden robots, stone, crystal, and metal. So it's different types of robots, and you can customize them by changing weapons, changing heads, changing bodies. So actually a new scheme of robots, it depends on your game style. So there is a system of in-game achievement. So if you're really good in something, you get the robot with the same abilities. So you need to demonstrate various battle skills and change your gameplay to get the new robots. So can we force players to try something new, something different, and trying to make a game more interesting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sounds like, so you'll kind of like maybe like find your faction or your type of Goliath that maybe kind of fits your play style.
Yeah, you can, but actually not about one Goliath. You can hold at the same time 3 different Goliaths. Any that you can choose, and you can switch between them in the middle of fight. So it's some kind of a combo when you can punch the monster with one Goliath, then switch to another immediately, and create skill, finish him, with different skills. So of course it's can be quite challenging, but I really like games which I need to learn how to play, because you can meet the challenge, accept it, and then beat it and learn something new. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, and it's so good feeling, a great feeling. When you know, yes, and now I know how to play the game.
Absolutely.
So if you success, you can easily change Goliaths and create combos.
Now I'm liking this guy right here, who looks like he's like the wooden type, made out of wood. I like his big blade that he's swinging around there.
We also create a different type of Goliaths, which can have the references to many cultural references, comics, movies, and other games. So because we are geeks and we like this stuff.
Very cool.
So we have a Sam Fisher reference, Goliath, who sniper, and have camouflage.
Night vision goggles.
Gotcha. Yeah. So it's the tone of the game it's a little bit lighter. It's maybe got like some humor, like you said in there.
It's not about humor, not about jokes, but it's about it's ironic.
Like a reference.
It has some light parts. It has a lot of irony in it. It has a lot of witty jokes in it, but it also has that deep, darkest, more like difficult parts, which is not like so easy to see. But if you play and pay attention to stuff, you will find these things in the game.
So as a result, we don't want giggling about with the game, but we want, oh yeah, cool guys.
Like you'd be like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Dark Souls reference or something in there.
There are multiple playable characters you can choose from, and they've all got their own unique backstories and their personalities. And they've got some good, witty jokes to them. But yeah, we don't want to have people like trying to snicker through the whole thing because humor gets really dated. But it's going to have a mood that is got some lightness to it and some comedy, but also some depth, because all of these various characters, they've all got backstories to them, and all of them have kind of a dark secret to them. Something that they kind of will get revealed to players over the course of the game.
Sure.
But of course, it's optional. You can just build the robots and
you
punch
can
the
just
monsters.
punch robots in the face or monsters in the face the whole time.
Don't punch
Which would be very
robots,
cool.
only monsters.
Yeah.
So I'm noticing there's it seemed to be night there. Is there just a day-night cycle?
Yeah, there's a day-night cycle, there's a weather, and the important part that it affects your robots. Because, as example, if you travel across the desert and you in the wooden one, wooden Goliath, it can be heated and burn.
Catch fire from the heat.
But it's not only negative, it can be positive things, because when you in stone Goliath and you hit an up, you get additional fire damage because you now melted stone.
Lava.
And every environment have actually mostly positive and sometimes negative things which you can use when you find out what's going on and what happens.
That's very cool. I like that strategy. That's sort of like the elemental strategy of like maybe like water, or like you said, like a heated stone type would be great against like wood, probably because it burn. I'm getting into it like now.
The wooden Goliath is the lightest, so he can move the most quickly through like a swampy environment, whereas the stone Goliath can get bogged down by that.
Sure.
The weather cycle you mentioned, there's metal robots, and those can actually rust if they get caught in the rain.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So everything that's in the game is there for a reason. All the creatures that are there, they interact with one another, they hunt each other, they fight each other.
I love that. I love it when games have like systems, and that's when like the coolest things happen, because you can get like two enemies fighting each other, and then maybe like a brawl will start.
Today we made these things on the stage, and it was a surprise for us because it was
totally
the situation.
Unplanned,
It was really interesting to see that.
I love that kind of like emergent gameplay.
Yes,
it's one of those buzzwords, but it is so very cool. Just I guess let's get down to the nitty gritty. What platforms is the game going to be available on, and when?
So we're launching early next year, first quarter of next year on Steam. So we'll be available PC, Mac, Linux, Steam OS. We're very interested in doing console versions. This is not an official thing yet, but we're going to try to make that happen as well.
Sure, that'd be very cool to see. It looked like a game that like a controller.
It's completely compatible with controllers.
There you go, even on like the PC. Well, sweet. And then. You got the platforms. Hey, that's right, early next year. Yep. I think that's about everything. Was there anything else that you wanted to cover?
You guys.
Anything important that you want to make sure that people out there know?
Yeah, sure. Actually, it's our first E3. It's just a. It's a huge, and it's a nervous, and we are scared right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like bright lights on you. It's thousands of people. Yeah, no, you know what? You guys are doing great, and the game looks awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Goliath, and I can't wait. Next year it's going to be coming out. Nadia, Artem, Jeremy, thank you guys so very much for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Have a great rest of the show.
You too.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break here, and we're going to toss over to the other stage where I believe I just saw Spamfish gearing up to talk about more awesome games here at E3 2015. Stay tuned right here on Twitch. We'll be right back.
Share your nachos? Sharing. Since you were a kid, it's been share this, share that. Share your toys. Share the bathroom. Share the road. Share your feelings. Share selfies. Share baby pictures. So many baby pictures. Share, share, overshare. When does the sharing stop?
How about with the grilled stuffed nacho from Taco Bell? The first nachos designed not to be shared. It's everything you love about nachos wrapped up and ready to go for $1.49.
Oh, and don't share this ad.
Hi everyone, welcome back to E3 2015, powered by Twitch. Sorry about that. Always things happening. It's all good, but I'm here with Nick. We're going to talk about some FIFA 16, a game I'm super hyped for. I love the FIFA, I love football, and lots of awesome new features this year.
Yeah, some really good stuff this year. We're taking development team, we're taking a kind of step back to really look at the game as a whole and how can we innovate in every single area. So we're looking at innovating across the entire pitch. How can we improve defending? How can we do dribbling, crossing? So we're going to take you through some of those today, and really listening as well to what our players have been saying. They felt that the game was a little bit imbalanced last year. I think it was a little bit imbalanced to the speedy wingers. We saw a lot of online play with Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And, we got Ronaldo on one side, Bale on the other. It was quite difficult to keep up with those players. So, players want more confidence in defending, so we're going to be delivering that. They also want a little bit more build-up play through the midfield, so there's a number of things that we're doing there. So if we look at some of the, the replay stuff we've got in here, if we look to this right now, the first thing you're going to see is some of the defending mechanics, and this is the agility that you can see here right now.
Coming up on the thing, but
so I mean, what we're doing here is trying to make sure that you've got really good responsiveness when you're moving the player around. You can keep up with players like Bale, players like Ronaldo, whereas at times you kind of overrun them. We're seeing it here right now. Here we go. So we're seeing Neymar. He's doing what we call a swing step here. This allows him to change facing, change position, but keep with Bale. I mean, obviously he's one of the better attackers in our game, and you can see here last year we'd be overrunning that player. You play the game.
I do quite a lot. I sell my players short so much on FIFA. That's more my lack of skill more than anything.
Well, at times it
obviously helped me.
At times it was a little bit difficult to keep with those players. So this is just, I should point out here, this is just one change that we've made of many.
Yeah.
So we're giving you an example here. So if we move to the next one, it's not just about the player movement, it's also the team as well. So there are times, and this is an example, if we look at the bottom of the screen, we look at the right back, he's trying to get into an attacking position, but there's now a turnover in play here, and Barcelona get the ball. So he's then really running to get back into position. He's getting a good position there to sort of stave off that attack. And at times, previously last year, he'd be caught upfield. He wouldn't be back in position, and it became a little bit frustrating.
I don't think we see Glenn Johnson doing that, though. I think he'll keep running upfield.
Well, that's true. And he'll come inside and shoot his left foot. What we're seeing now is a really good example of work that we've done. The game would focus quite a lot on man-to-man marking. So, man-to-man, they mark very well. And if we actually look at the top of the screen here, you can see Rakitic is marking his man, but the ball comes into Benzema here, and then he sees that Bale makes a good run. And previously, Bale was going to be in. He was in on goal, but Rakitic comes away from the player he's marking. PK has him covered, and again, it's not getting those easy balls straight into the goalkeeper.
It's going to make it so much more compelling experience because people, once you play FIFA a lot, and people do play FIFA a lot, you're more than aware of these things. I'm sure you work on sweaty goals people get sometimes, and I think that's going to eliminate that quite a lot.
Well, at the end of the day, we want to create a balanced game, and a balanced game, especially in a sports game, is a fun game to play. It creates more variety. What we're seeing in 15 was a little bit over pervasiveness of the speed and with the wingers. So people were playing with the same teams, they were using the same tactics. So we wanted to change that by shoring up the defence. Here's another example of it right here. We're seeing Marcelo come in on Messi, and we've actually redone all of the slide tackles. So he's going to come in and slide tackle, and previously in the game at times you're kind of selling yourself there and you're done if you don't make it. But he goes in, he slides in right now, and now you can branch out because Messi's managed to flick the ball up in the air, and if he presses X again, the slide tackle button, he pops back up.
Oh wow.
So you're back in the play. Again, it's about responsiveness. You're not completely selling yourself,
And it's a small thing that's going to have a huge effect.
It really does, because you could make that slide tackle before, you were down, you were out.
And you're out of the game.
Exactly. Now, that can happen.
Yep.
And obviously, we don't want this to become overpowering, but good players can get up. They're athletic enough to be able to get up. You see the momentum of the slide was still there.
I think Richard Dunn will be getting up, though, if he makes a slide.
Absolutely.
He'll be down.
The next thing we're going to see here, this is now looking at the midfield. It's still a defensive thing, but this has transformed the game. Build-up play through the midfield. You can now see players are much more aggressive in trying to intercept the ball. And what we're seeing here is PK. He's got position where he's able to come in, and it's a nice two-player, interaction here. So he's actually trying to win the ball back, and in this case does. Obviously, if he misses it, he's then out of position. It's kind of risk-reward. If we go on to the next one, this is a similar idea, but the ball is then played in here. If we watch Rakitic on the left of the screen by the referee there, he's going to notice the ball's being played. This is a slow shot. And he's then down, and he's aggressively intercepting.
Wow.
This is making you think how you build up play through the midfield. It's making you think about the passes, as you make them. I think there was at times where you play pass,
Yeah,
not
it's
really
always
thinking
an
about
auto
it.
mode. I can pass back. That man's in space. Let's do some tiki-taka. Let's do some triangles.
Absolutely.
And it's almost accepted that you'll retain possession, whereas now you've got to think about every pass.
And we still want that. I mean, you can still play the tiki-taka football. You can still, knock the ball around, but you can't just do it blindly. You've really got to think about it.
Awesome.
Now, we talked about balance right off the top, and this is a great example of maintaining balance in our game. This here, what we're seeing here is what we call passing with purpose. So this is holding down right bumper or R1 and pressing pass. You can do it anywhere, and it's a ping pass. It's a much quicker pass. You can see here, we saw the PK example earlier, and now Mascherano comes in. He can't get there because that ball's been played with more pace.
Quickly.
Yeah. Now, it's a slightly heavier touch, depending on where you are and who's receiving the ball. But it's helping you get through that tighter defending, that more aggressive interception logic.
And it's a different option in that situation that unfurls more play.
And that's really transforming the feeling of the game. So now we're going to look at kind of those attacking third, those wow moments. And this is what we call no-touch dribbling.
This is really exciting.
Yeah, if you've seen this is it sounds strange because when you're dribbling, you're touching the ball. But look at the modern game.
I watch a lot of football. I know exactly that touch, that touch you don't take.
Exactly, and here is a great example. He fakes right here, and then he's just facing up Ronaldo and goes one way and goes the other, and then explodes out to go around Marcelo, who's coming over to help.
Nice.
And this is a really powerful thing that it just gives you another way. I think it's nice for people that maybe don't use skill moves. It's just left bumper, but it gives you the opportunity to both with and without. You can also do step overs of the ball. You can let the ball go by you and run onto it. We're going to show you an example of that was stationary. This is now on the move. Ronaldo's now sprinting with the ball, and this is just a little body feint. So you're going to see it now. Left bump. He does a little feint there. That PK buys it, and then he's riding and he's on.
And that's just like real football. Those little body shifts, those little things. The players like Ronaldo, the players like Messi, that have it there in their locker to make that little bit of difference.
And it's a really simple thing to do, which we feel as people are really loving it when they play.
Yeah.
So we talked about innovating across the entire pitch. The next thing we're going to show you now is crossing. We've really reworked our crossing system. So we're actually leading players a little bit more here. Looking at, instead of balls previously in FIFA were very square, you can see now he's leading towards, a bit more towards the keeper. Benzema is able to run onto it. This case is a great save. But we're not getting those square balls. At times, headers would feel a bit 50-50 dice roll. Who's going to win it? Now you can try and, get into better positions. Here's another example of it right here. The ball is a little bit more whipped in, as you can see, and as it comes across here, it's allowing the back post. He's coming in at the back post, running onto it, and unfortunately just heads wide. But again,
there's the defending there. Oh my god, but you can see already it's so much more, involved and so much more like a real game.
Absolutely.
That's what FIFA's always been great at every year is making it even more.
Yeah, and keeping that balance is the key. It makes for a much more enjoyable experience. So the final thing we're going to show you here is shooting. We've obviously done a lot in ball physics in the past, but now we're also looking at the foot as a sort of 3D space. So this is a straight shot. This is just hitting the back of the ball, and we're now creating much more driven trajectory.
Yeah, nice.
Much more driven shots, feel much more rewarding. If we go to the next one, you'll now see that Kroos in this example actually gets his foot around the ball, so it creates kind of more of an in-swinging shot. And it looks like a finesse shot actually, but this is a driven shot again. The ball's spinning inside and just goes inside the post.
But that subtle difference makes the
exactly. Look at Benzema now cutting across the ball. and the ball comes away from you a little bit more, and in this case goes wide. But you get that sense of ball and connection between the two. So these are some of the things that we're doing. It's just this is by far from everything. We're touching every system in our game, keeping the game balanced, and allowing you to really create that.
Well, I think it just shows you say it's the defence, it's the midfield, and the attack have all been revolutionised really here.
Absolutely, and I think it's listening to what players want, shoring up the defending, making the midfield meaningful, and now it's really important that you build up play. You've got to vary your tactics. There's no one way just to score, and I think that makes for a more pleasurable experience.
Exciting. I mean, there's so many cool features coming this year in FIFA. I was so hyped for the trailer. I'm a big football fan. Obviously, one of the big features this year is the added women mode.
Absolutely. We've talked about this now. We kind of announced this news a few weeks ago now, but for us, I think it's one of the most important features we've ever added. You look at, we want to be we pride ourselves in being the most authentic football game, and to be that, we need to have women in our game. It's taken us a while to do it, but we wanted to do it right. When we brought women into a game, we wanted to do it well, and we wanted to do it as authentically as possible. So we had to rework a lot of our systems, especially around scaling. So we did scaling in a very uniform way, which meant that we couldn't get the sort of female body type, that authenticity we wanted. We now scale through shoulders, hips. That's had actually a positive effect on the men's game. So we can now get Peter Crouch.
Oh, good.
We've got Akinfenwa, as who's become very famous through FIFA Ultimate Team. Those different kind of body types are ones now that are more authentically replicated, and that's through the work that we did to make sure we had authentic women. We've also have hair simulation now.
Wow.
We've reworked new animations. We've scanned heads of many of the teams to make the look very as authentic as possible. And we also reworked all the ratings, so it's a different feeling to the game, as it should be.
Awesome! It's so exciting. Unfortunately, that's all we've got time for. I'm blown away. I want to play the new FIFA now, but we'll have to wait, unfortunately, for when it's out. But thank you for your time today.
Thank you for having us.
And I'm sure everyone watching that is going to be super excited for new FIFA. We've still got much more content here from E3, powered by Twitch. Don't be going anywhere. Thank you for spending some time here today on twitch.tv/Twitch, live from E3.
We're not here to stand and watch. This is our game too.
The time has come.
I'm in the game. Je suis dans le jeu.
I'm in the game.
We're in the game. Wir sind im Spiel.
Jag är med i spelet.
Estamos en el juego. We're in the game.
We're in the game.
We're in the game. We're in the game.
Cad Nua is restored by your hand, and word of that deed has traveled far. I write from the White March beneath the shadow of Durgan's battery, the impenetrable fortress, the last hope of my dying town. Deep within, the legendary White Forge lies dormant, unclaimed since the builder's disappearance. It stands as an immense opportunity. Others have tried and failed. Breach the fortress. Reclaim the secrets of Durgan's steel. The White Forge must burn again.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, day 2, E3 Live 2015, powered by Twitch. You got to be asking yourself, how much more gaming content can we cram into one day here at E3? And the answer is more. We are not done. I am joined by Soma. You guys know Soma. No big deal. And Josh from Obsidian Entertainment.
Hello.
Hey, thanks for joining us, Josh.
Thanks for having me.
We were just looking at a fantastic trailer for
Thanks.
Pillars of Eternity, The White March.
Yep, The White March. It's our expansion. It's the first part.
First part, yeah, part 1. So kind of a big expansion that you have planned.
Yeah, so when we first started the Kickstarter, one of our stretch goals was to have an expansion, and we said we wanted to make it a big, real expansion like the ones that we made back in the day when we worked on Icewind Dale and Baldur's Gate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So to do that, though, it takes like about 6 months.
Yeah.
And we decided that we were going to split the expansion into 2 parts. So obviously anyone during the Kickstarter who backed the expansion gets both parts. But we're releasing it in sequence because 6 months is kind of a while to wait. So yeah, this is the first part.
Sweet. And can you tell us just a little bit about like the story of the expansion?
Sure. We did want to make it feel like it expanded the game world instead of being something that was added on at the end. So if people want to play through the game and get all the content and goodies and then go back to the main game, they can do that. And the plot is that about a third of the way through the main game, you become the master of a stronghold called Cadnua. And once you take over that stronghold, people start to sort of notice and recognize that you've done that. And in the White March, you're contacted by someone, the mayor of a village that lives in the shadow of the White March. The White March is an old dwarven kingdom that's fallen into ruin.
Oh, wow.
And she is having problems because they're trying to get inside those old ruins to reawaken something called the White Forge. The White Forge was this sort of legendary place where they made these fantastic weapons and armor and things like that. So they're having all these problems, and there's some sweet loot in there.
It does. It sounds badass.
Yeah, it sounds really fun, yeah.
Love that idea.
So they're trying to get in there, but they can't get in, and they're having trouble with an ogre clan that's been attacking them ever since they've started trying. So she says, "You're the Lord of Cadnua. Obviously, you can do some great things. Come on and help us, and maybe you can get some something cool out of it."
And then you can say no, and then just skip the whole.
Yeah, you can. It is optional.
And you can.
It is a totally optional side thing.
I love
that
it.
on top of all the horrible things your characters have to go through in that world.
Yeah.
It is a very unforgiving place. We talked about earlier, I've probably put 40, 50 hours in the game.
Cool.
And I absolutely love it. Big D&D nerd.
Thank you.
nerds,
Yes,
assuming.
love any fantasy setting.
Good.
Yeah.
And I got to say, only 50 hours. I know 50 hours seems like a lot, but I have barely even touched the game.
It's a big
feel
game.
And now there's already expansion packs coming out. People are going to be playing this forever.
That'd be nice.
I know. And you can. It's really fun.
Like, that's you know what, we're not opposed to that.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go for that. Well, I hear tell that we possibly have some exclusive content that we can take a look at.
Yeah, so we showed obviously that trailer, but that trailer doesn't show any game footage. But yeah, we have some shots of some of the environments and gameplay and stuff like that to kind of show while we're chitting and chatting.
Awesome.
Let's
Can we take a look at that now? Can
I
we
hope
roll?
so.
Can we
I
roll the B-roll footage? Here it comes.
The game looks great.
Now it's like a platformer.
I know, we took a different direction.
The game review.
Kind of revolutionary.
Oh, this is it. Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah, that looks familiar.
Beautiful. I love the logo, by the way.
Thank you. It took us an insanely long amount of time to make that logo. Just iterating and iterating and iterating.
I can imagine.
Oh, man, we're right into the thick of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
so this is some of the stuff that you find very early on. This is when you come to the village of Stalwart. Stalwart is being besieged by these ogres, and it takes a little while to figure out exactly why the ogres are so hostile toward the folks in the village, but that's one of the things you're trying to figure out when you come here.
Wow.
And yeah, so we've added a few UI tweaks. You can see some of them there, like the targeting circles are new. We also have the things where it indicates your percentage chance of hitting when you're targeting someone, which is information that was not really visible when you.
Nice to see, actually.
Yeah. So if you're trying to target something with a very high defense, it's very nice to see like, oh wait, this is maybe hopeless, or like, oh man, I'm probably going to crit this guy when I hit him.
Yeah. Wow. Well, and that's very helpful, like for strategy and because wow, how big is that party there?
That is it's a six-member party, but then Sagani is a ranger, so she has an animal companion.
Gotcha.
So do you guys actually listen to the community a lot and kind of take feedback
yes, very
and
much
morph
so.
the game?
Yes, very much so. We had obviously we can't do everything everyone wants, but we do try to listen to them, and we had a beta that was a very fruitful beta where people gave a ton of feedback on features they liked, features they didn't like. And we did change the game quite a bit based on their feedback. We've also, in the expansion, tried to add new features specifically to address some of the concerns people have had. Like, for example, in the core game, there was no party AI. And that was something that a lot of people really wanted to see. So we've added in a party AI system. So if you want to automate certain characters to do their own thing, you can set them up and kind of let them run on their own. It makes it.
I would totally do that.
A lot of people really like that. For example, you might say your frontline characters, maybe your fighter, your paladin, your barbarian. You say like,
I was going to say my tank or something.
Go off and just do that. I trust you, and then you micromanage your wizard or your cipher. Or
totally, exactly,
absolutely.
Like whatever class like you prefer playing, like
whatever your sort of game style is. One of the big inspirations for this expansion was Icewind Dale.
Oh,
and the Icewind Dale games, and hi, there's some Beatles here. Our old friends, the Beatles. We always got to have some more Beatles. But that's why we wanted to emphasize this kind of snowy environment. The Icewind Dale game, Icewind Dale was the first game I worked on, so I have a fondness for places that resemble my homeland of Wisconsin.
Oh, nice. Right from Montana. We get some snow up there.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. And so, just talking about enemies here, like how many like new enemy types do we?
I'm not sure. There's like probably about a dozen new enemy types. Some of them are variants of monsters that you've seen in the core game, and then there are some. I don't know if they're in this footage, but there are these creatures called Lagufath that are these aquatic creatures. They're four-armed. They can cast spells. They can use blow darts that paralyze the party and stuff like that. So
wow,
we do have some.
Powered.
yeah.
Well, I mean, the party can be kind of high level when they come in here. So so they're kind of beefy.
That's awesome.
And so this content, like you just said, it's maybe not something that you can just go right into from the beginning.
Well, so we've designed it so that if you, let's say you're halfway through the game or something, or even if you're at the end of the game, you can go into the expansion.
Oh, okay.
And we took a stance in the core game to not really scale our content. That's something a lot of our fans don't react very well to. They don't like it when things scale.
Sure, yeah.
It makes it kind of tricky sometimes because there's so much side content. So what we did for this, because people could be coming into it from the middle of the game or just before the end of the game, when you come in, it'll actually check the level of your party. And if you're very high level, it'll say, "Hey, buddy." You're probably going to stomp everything in here. So we can scale the content up if you would like, but if you don't want that, you don't have to. So that way, if a person just says, like, I don't like scaling content, they can just say, no, I don't want that. Otherwise, it'll bump it up like 4 or 5 levels, and the encounters get a lot more challenging. The creatures have a lot more endurance, higher defenses, things like that.
Sure. That's cool. I love that you give the player the choice there.
Well, it's important because I think the thing that people often react negatively to is they don't like it being something that they don't have control over.
Sure.
It's something they want to say, like, some people do like it, and other people say, like, no, I just want to play it as it's designed, however I encounter it.
There's a part of me that, like if my party had been built up to be like that great,
some people it's fun to kind of stomp stuff sometimes. Like, like, I'm super powerful. That's.
I probably still would go for the scaling just because the challenge is what makes it rewarding.
Different people like different sort of things out of the content they go through.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite class? I'm super Cypher, like all the way. I love.
A lot of people really like Cyphers.
It's fun. Yeah.
They're very fun. They're really nice also because they have that ebb and flow of you do your physical attacks to build up focus, and then you can unleash your powers. But they're not limited to per rest. Personally, I like monks a lot. I like the sort of ebb and flow with monks where, I like the idea of them. They get some kind of cool animations. Yeah. And I like the mechanic where you build up wounds. You kind of have to balance it because if you let your characters get too messed up, like your monk is going to go down.
Yeah, my first character was a monk, and it's. I mean, I get RPGs, I play them, but I was like, shit, I get my ass kicked. I gotta rethink this.
That was when I did my first full playthrough of the game. I did it with a monk, and it was a lot of fun.
It's fun. They're good. Yeah,
they have cool abilities.
Wow. But these guys look pretty beastly.
These are ice trolls.
Oh wow.
So yeah, like I said, some of the creatures that you fight are sort of variants of creatures that you might have seen in the core game. Sure. Trolls are a very common and popular critter.
Oh yeah. Sure. We got that
especially on the internet. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
I love trolls.
You like to eat them, huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Eat them. Oh, and there they go. Going down.
See, if my party that I currently have walked into this, I would be utterly decimated. Well, that's 50 hours.
What level is your party?
I think I'm 15. Something I can't even remember. I can't remember honestly.
Level cap is 12. Although
I can't remember.
Thanks for allowing me to segue into another point.
There you go.
The level cap went up. Yeah.
That honestly, that was like 2 months ago that I played it. So hey, I don't get to play video games anymore. I get to see him here on the television.
That's the sad.
Yeah, that's the sad truth of it, though, isn't it?
I play more video games now than ever, so you need to just sweet.
Yeah, but that's like you get to do that all day. You get to do that all day, and it's pretty badass.
It's a dream. It really is.
Yeah, these new little critters that you're seeing here, these are the Laguthoth. These are those aquatic guys.
Oh, yeah. Blow darts.
Yep. The blow darts they're kind of a pain. We're tuning them to be less of a pain. We want them to be a challenge, not annoying.
Absolutely.
But yeah, they can cast spells. They can melee.
What kind of spells do they have?
They usually use offensive spells, like wizard spells, against the party.
Okay.
Cool. But yeah, the level cap does go up. That means that all the spell casting classes get a new level of spells, and all the other classes get new abilities, active abilities, passive abilities, modal abilities. And then we also have new talents. Talents are the things you get every other level, like every even level. And what we added in are what we call multi-class talents, and they allow you to pick a sort of scaled-down version of a base ability from another class. So, for example, rogues have sneak attack. It's very powerful. If you want to have your fighter have a sort of minor version of sneak attack, you can take I think it's called the rogue's ambush or something like that, and you can buy that, and then you get a minor sneak attack on the character. If you want to be able to charm someone like a Cypher, you can get a weak version of their, it's called Enigma's Charm. So you can take those, and then it gives you the ability to kind of build characters in kind of interesting ways. And they're not...
I love that.
The abilities aren't super powerful, but you can have characters doing things that the classes normally don't do. So it gives a lot of flexibility. And there's one for each class. So with 14 levels, you could just buy multi-class talents and never run out of them.
Wow.
At least so far.
See, I love that customization. For me, with RPGs, that's probably like...
It's huge, yeah. It's really important.
Yeah, because it's like for me, like I want to make my character, and then, that's how I fall in love with that character because, I'm sorry, JRPGs, I'm going to rip on them a little bit here, but when you go into an RPG that like they have this kind of prefab character that I have to like kind of learn to love and stuff.
I think a lot of it comes out of the tabletop role-playing experience is that you make your character and you build that character the way you want and you have your personality.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And so the more customization, like that's just the better.
Yeah, and we did find, so when the game first launched, when you got companions, for example, those companions sort of pre-leveled to a certain point and then you could level them and people said, no, take them back down to 1. So in one of our recent patches, we changed it so that people could, when you got a companion, they would level down to 1, and then you could just build them back up. Like you had all the experience, so you could build your whole party the way that you wanted to.
Exactly.
So customization is just a really big part of the games that we do.
Yeah, and that's what I've heard. It sounds fantastic. So Pillars of Eternity, The White March, Part 1.
Part 1.
When can we expect to play this?
Soon.
I love it. It's like a window of time. Just soonish.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're adding more areas to it. We just want it to feel really, again, we're looking at the expansions that came out, back when we made the sort of base games, and so we want it to feel really rich and have a lot of stuff to explore. So we're adding on to it, but soon.
I just want to say, I always say this, like, take all the time you need.
Yeah, really.
Thanks.
Please take your time.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I know people on the game or people on the internet.
Give me the game right now.
You
don't want it right now.
Exactly.
I will say, though, I do think our fans were very understanding because we did delay the game around Christmas.
Okay.
That would have been rough if we had to release around Christmas, but our fans were very understanding. They said, please just keep going.
People understand. Like, I would much rather wait to play, a fantastic game than, play a rushed game sooner.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Soon we will be playing Pillars of Eternity, The White March, Part 1. Sounds fantastic, Josh.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thanks for joining us. Soma, thanks for joining me.
Oh.
Hold on. Great job, guys.
That was really weird. Let's never do that again, please. I'm really uncomfortable.
Let's go, everybody. Everybody, thank you so very much for joining us. Stick around. There's still yet more content to come here on the E3 Live, powered by Twitch, live stream. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
This is going to be awesome.
Turtle Beach Elite 800. Revolutionary surround sound, hidden microphones, magnetic charging stand, completely wireless. The Turtle Beach Elite 800X for Xbox One.
Since you were a kid, it's been share this, share that, share the road, share your